Welcome back to the Ed Show, and thanks for watching tonight. The Occupy Wall Street protests continue here in Lower Manhattan as we continue to cover the story. This is such a diverse group. You will find every walk of life. You will find every special interest group. But there is an underlying theme throughout all of this. Is the economic injustice that has taken place in this country, which I think has been the big motivating factor to bring all of these people here. They're not all fans of Ed Schultz. They're not all fans of the Ed Show, but that's all part of the territory. The fact of the matter is, the big unknown about all of this is, what does this mean and where will it go politically? How long will it last? But there is unquestionably new credibility to this protest because organized labor is now on in full force. Joining me tonight is a couple of gentlemen from the Amalgamated Transit Union, Bruce Hamilton and Larry Hanley. Larry, good to have you with us tonight. Bruce, thank you for your time.
Good evening.
Larry, what does this mean? Is this a sea change in American politics? What is this?
I think it probably is the beginning of a sea change. I think this shows us that young people understand not only what's happening to them in their lives, but who caused it. And I think the fact that they've come here and they've stood up and that they're ready to sacrifice and be out here tells us that they know just how deep the problems are in America, and they understand that the rich people have made it happen.
Larry, how much anger is out here?
Here, well, I can tell you there's loads of it. They're angry at everybody, and I don't blame them. But I can also tell you we represent transit workers in the United States and Canada, and they're just as angry. They just haven't had a chance to come down here, but they will. Some of them were here today, and I think all over the country there's going to be growing opportunities for people to speak out, and our union and our members are going to be there.
Mr. Hamilton, how would you characterize this crowd and what has taken place down here?
It's absolutely a fantastic crowd. I don't see how it could possibly be any better as far as spiritedness, as far as forward-looking. You know, everybody's really very positive mood, and we believe that you know, getting together, we can actually make some constructive changes.
Who are these people for? I mean, there's such a wide array of interest groups here. Who are they for?
We're the 99%, all right? So we're for everything that the 1% is not for. And like you said, it's a hugely diverse group, and who can say what they're for? We know what they're against, and they're against Wall Street taking everything.
What is union involvement going to do for this?
Union involvement is, you know, some people are saying that the unions are now, you know, have come into the fight. The fact is the unions have always been in the fight, and we're extremely happy to see that young people and others have come together and, you know, started this action. And you know, we, in a way, we consider that they're coming to the union point of view and union action.
Larry, I mean, if you've got every organized labor group in this country behind this, how can Congress not get the message and respond? I mean, the legislative response is the most powerful thing that can take place in our government. That's the push for change. Now, you know, here in New York, in Albany, things are going to start happening in December. They can do something about the millionaires' tax in December. But even before that, in November, in Ohio, there's going to be Senate Bill 5, which is issue 2 on the ballot. I mean, is this going to spark maybe some kind of enthusiasm and carryover to have something happen on a legislative level in a state?
Well, we certainly hope so, and I think what we're hearing from America's young people is that if it doesn't change, they're going to make it change. And I think that over the course of the last 30 years, so many wedges have been driven in the American population, and your point about diversity is really true. This is a hugely diverse crowd, and as our unions become involved and connect with them, I think you can see a coming together of the 99% that both Bruce and they are talking about.
Well, there's a new poll out showing the public in this country has a favorable opinion of this movement. Rasmussen poll, view of Occupy Wall Street, favorable 33%, unfavorable 27%, 40% they have no opinion. How do you get those people? It would seem to me that you would have to stay on the job, on the site, and continue to tell the story.
And I think spread it around the country. I think that just as people all over the globe have stood up and fought back this year, it's time for Americans to stand up and fight back. And what we intend to do, not only our union, but the entire AFL-CIO, is get out there and make it happen.
Well, it's very clear in the last election, President Obama and the Democrats benefited from organized labor. Does President Obama, who now says that he's the underdog in 2012, does he benefit from this the longer it goes?
I think he'll benefit from it if he gets out in front of it and leads it. I think the
You
pain...
want President Obama here?
Absolutely. I think the president belongs here with us. These are the people who elected President Obama, who gave the Democrats a majority. These are the people that are suffering now.
But there are a lot of people here tonight that aren't Obama supporters.
Well, he needs to come down here and convert them. I think they need to hear from our president that he's sympathetic to the cause.
Mr. Hamilton, if the job rate in this country is better, this doesn't take place. Is that a fair statement? I mean, if we had 4.5%, 5% unemployment, would this be taking place tonight?
I think you're probably right.
You think it is about, that is the core thing, the unemployment and the frustration?
It certainly is a huge part of it, yes. And the reason for concentrating on Wall Street, obviously, is that the richest 1% are taking an increasingly large percentage of the wealth that's created by working people.
And I want to add, Ed, that, you know, these are young people who can't get jobs. Our members are suffering all over the country because the jobs they have are being stripped away. Their wages are being cut. Their pensions have been taken away. Our members are struggling every day and working hard. And these are their children. These are our children who are out here saying America must change. America must take care of its people.
Well, I have to admit, I'm not proud of all of them.
Well,
but then if you've got 99% of Americans, you're not going to be proud of all of them.
That's right.
I think it's the general message that is important. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate it very much. Senate Democrats want the president's jobs bill to be paid for with a millionaire's tax. Harry Reid is on that story. And up next, we'll talk to a millionaire who thinks that's a great way to pay for it. Stay with us. You're watching The Ed Show on MSNBC.